Good morning, everybody. Welcome here to day number 2 in Banff. It is currently 4:40 in the morning. We are currently on our way to Lake Louise and Lake Moraine. We have a 6 a.m. shuttle. We literally fell asleep at like 11 p.m. last night because we didn't get home until 8:30. Got food, showered and everything, and then got our items ready for today. And wow, dude, this road is pitch black darkness. This is scary as shit. Let me just show you guys. You won't even be able to see anything in the front. But we're on our way to Lake Louise and Lake Moraine. We're doing both the infamous lakes today, and then hopefully we also get to hit the Banff Gondola on Sulphur Mountain.
I don't know about that.
And yeah, we'll have to check about that, and then maybe Lake Minnewanka. But let's see. But let me just show you this road in front of me. I can probably maybe see 100 feet in front of me, nothing more than that. And this is where it's likely going to be like all the way until we get onto the main Trans-Canada Highway. I'm scared.
Like 6:20.
Yeah, the sun is not, it's pitch black everywhere we look. Let me flip the camera, I'll show y'all. Look at that, like that's pitch black darkness everywhere you look. I'm scared there's like wildlife that may come out, which is why I'm not like speeding. I don't even know how to turn on like my high beams. All right, there we go. I got a little bit more visibility, but yeah, this is scary. I'm gonna go ahead and put the vlog camera down and just focus on the road and make sure we get there safely. I'll see you guys once we get to the town of Banff. All right, we made it to the town of Banff. We parked at the Banff train station, and now we're walking to Banff High School to catch the shuttle to Lake Louise and Lake Moraine. It is currently raining, and we have about a 10-minute walk before we get to the high school. Looks like the rain has died down a bit. Dude, why is there nobody here? Everything is sold out on the freaking Parks Canada website regarding shuttles to Lake Louise and Lake Moraine. We have not seen a single person, not a single person. And so I'm not understanding how it could be sold out, but I guess we'll see once we get to the shuttle and see how many people are on that, because every single shuttle for the past 5 days starting at 6 a.m. was sold out. This was the only spot that we could find where it wasn't going to be crowded. All right, let's go see what the case is. Hopefully this was worth the 3:30 a.m. wake up. All right. I see the shuttle right in front of me right now. If it's not full, I'm gonna need to do an investigation into this whole Parks Canada, Lake Louise, Lake Moraine shuttle reservation system, because that's insane. But here we are. We just got to cross the street. That's our shuttle right over there. This is the infamous Banff Avenue right here. We're gonna come back during the daytime, but this never used to be open to cars until this year, so they just ruined the beauty of it. We have to take the 8X to Lake Louise. That's the 8X route right there. There's a ton of people currently waiting for the shuttle. So, good news, we weren't going crazy. We were just the only idiots that drove all the way from pretty much outside of Calgary to get here by 6 a.m. All right, let's go see what the hype is about between these two iconic lakes.
We're still waiting here. It's like, what, 5:57 right now?
Yeah.
I think we got here around like 5:54, and they still haven't loaded us up in the bus. I feel like, I don't know, this is giving me like school vibes. Like when we go on a field trip like early in the morning and you have to stand in the single file line.
Yeah, I miss that feeling. I'll do anything for that feeling again.
Yeah.
It sucks that it's raining, but hopefully it'll be nice. All right, let's get on this shuttle. shuttle. I guess a lot of people didn't feel like waking up, but we've got about a 50-minute drive to get there. And then after we do Lake Louise, we'll go ahead and head on over to Lake Moraine. This bus is very quiet. I feel so awkward doing this right now, but gotta vlog. This is what the bus looked like. We're currently here, just arrived to Lake Louise. Getting out. Aw, shit. Alright, I gotta jump this.
I jumped further than that.
That's fine. That's the bus that we arrived on. That's the Fairmont Chateau, Lake Louise. That's where we're gonna head shortly after this. But right now, we're gonna head to Lake Moraine first. We're gonna hop on the Lake Connector shuttle, which transports people between Lake Louise and Lake Moraine. And Lake Moraine is entirely shut down to all vehicles. Only shuttle buses through Parks Canada or Rome Transit or like a private tour can go there. So the only way you can get there is through a shuttle bus. Lake Louise, you can park your car. I think you have to pay like 35 so odd Canadian dollars. But yeah, here is the Lake Moraine shuttle. This is the Lake Connector shuttle that takes you between the two lakes. Planning to visit both the lakes in a single day is a logistical nightmare. You have to plan like very far ahead, and accordingly, the weather has been atrocious, so that hasn't helped. But hopefully we get a little bit of luck on our side and we get some nice visibility and get to see a few great views and do a hike or two at both lakes. It started raining a bit. This is the shuttle we're going to take to go back to Lake Louise. Again, just wanted to reiterate, no cars are allowed here. You're only allowed to come here via shuttle, either through Parks Canada or through Rome Transit. So plan ahead to whoever's watching this and be sure to check the weather before you do come. But from the looks of it right now, I can see Moraine Lake and it does look like it's clear, so we are going to get a nice view of the lake. Just hoped it was a bit more of a sunny day, but I'm grateful that we get to be here and we get to be outdoors. Let's go explore. It might be raining, but it's still gorgeous. Wow. These clouds right here, just slowly flowing over the lake. So we're gonna go ahead and go do the rock pile hike and then maybe do the Lake Moraine Lakeshore hike. We just want the rain to die down a bit. And I keep forgetting to mention, I keep talking about the rain. The big fact is that everybody has been telling us, and the news channels have all been reporting, that this is the rainiest summer that Banff has ever experienced since 1957. So there has been so many bear sightings because all of the berry plants that the bears love have been flourishing. And yeah, so just our luck. Right when they make the national parks free to all visitors, it ends up, yeah, and it ends up being the rainiest summer since 1957. We've been dodging puddles and trying not to step in mud on all of these hikes for the past 2 days. Oh my God. But this looks gorgeous. Look at these Canadian Rockies, man. We just climbed up so many stairs. This is worth it though. I'd do it again. I don't know about her, but I'd do it again. Yeah. It's gorgeous. I just love being outdoors and away from work and disconnecting. All right, I'll see you guys once we get to the viewpoint of Moraine Lake. Not even the rain could stop us from getting to this magnificent view. Was it worth it now?
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Damn.
I wonder
All
how
right.
deep it is.
Even in the rain, these lakes live up to the hype. I can give them that. It's gorgeous. We still have the mountain peaks that surround Moraine Lake covered by the clouds a bit, but you can just see them peeking out. It's magnificent. This legitimately looks like they filled a lake
Raspberry.
with Gatorade blue water. So that right there is where you pick up the canoes to canoe in Lake Moraine. It's typically like $200 or like $150 to do that. This lake would usually be riddled with people in canoes during the summertime, but because it's raining, I don't think there's anyone. So this is probably a rare occasion to see this lake this empty, and it's beautiful. Yeah. All right, we just got done here at Lake Moraine. She put her rain jacket over her backpack because our backpacks are getting soaking wet. The rain has started to pick up a bit, so luckily we did get to see pretty much all of Lake Moraine and get all the photos that we wanted to get. And now we're gonna head back over to the shuttles and head on over to Lake Louise. We just arrived to the magnificent Lake Louise. The rain is residing. There's glaciers in the background and a beautiful Gatorade blue lake for us to look at. Huh? Yeah, this one's light blue. Let's see. Was it worth it waking up at 3 a.m. for this?
For sure, yeah.
This is
But
magical.
it's really crowded right now.
Yeah, it's so crowded right now. And we still came early.
I wish I was on there.
This is beautiful. I know. Those canoes right there go for 180 Canadian dollars an hour. Crazy. Look at that line for people to canoe there. Only people out canoeing today.
It must be so nice being the only ones out there.
We would flip. I promise you we would flip. We just got done just exploring around the Lake Louise boardwalk area where the canoes and stuff are. It is 9 a.m., 9:30, and it is packed. Lake Moraine, there was probably like what? Like we could count like 15 people total there at like 7 a.m. So the earlier you get here, the better. I can't even imagine how it's going to be at like noon or 1. All right, I have to change my opinion. I do think Lake Louise is a bit nicer than Lake Moraine. It's just a lot more open, and it's just, the mountains that it's surrounded by just gives it a different sort of feeling. It's so much more open.
I do like the shore more of Lake Moraine.
Yep, exactly.
Like
That's what I was gonna
dark
say.
blue, it looks
Yeah.
so nice.
The
I mean, this is nice too, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But that one, like, it just
it was
looks unique.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so different. It was like
this one
clear
has
and
better-
dark at the same time.
one
This
has
one's like a
better
bit
open.
cloudy. Yeah, this is a bit cloudy and like light blue. But yeah, they're both beautiful. I mean, you can't go wrong. You have to see them both. Simple as that. Look at all these people going out to canoe. We should definitely do this.
Maybe sometime when it's not raining.
Yeah.
So this is where we're staying tonight.
This is where we're staying tonight. I wish. It's $1,000+ a
I
night.
want the presidential suite.
Yeah.
The biggest room they have.
No, this is
On the highest floor.
this is a super old hotel. It was constructed like, I want to say sometime in like the 1900s or 1800s. That's what I remember reading on Google. And the fact that it looks like still almost brand new because they've like renovated and stuff, and like they've kept the authenticity of its history is like beautiful to see. Wow. Yeah, I would say during the summer times this is probably worth the $1,000 a night. All right, we're gonna go inside and check to
this
see
is guest
what we can
area.
find.
Exclusive.
Key
We
card
are
may be
not
required.
guests.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh, one day, hopefully, one day. All right, we're gonna go explore the inside, see if we can grab something to eat at the Fairmont. We currently came into the Fairmont, got some coffee, some chai mango stuff, and then a scone. Let's see how this is. All right, this mango chia seed parfait was really good. I tried a little bit, yeah. This is our scone.
That was mid.
It was okay. It wasn't bad. Both of our lattes are really good. Well, we just got done at the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. We tried their coffee shop and like their pastries. They were good. It wasn't bad. Of course, it's bound to be overpriced. It's a tourist destination. But I was expecting a lot more from the food. The coffee was good. The lattes were both good. The caramel drop latte and her chai latte were amazing. But the scone and the chia seed pudding were a bit of a letdown.
Yeah,
But hey,
but it's okay.
we just need a little snack, so we'll take what we can get. But yeah, that wraps up our time here at Lake Louise. We did both Lake Moraine and Lake Louise in one day. And now we're heading to Lake Minnewanka. So we're gonna head back to the shuttle, go back to Banff town, and then pick up our rental car from there and then drive to the Lake Minnewanka parking lot. I'll see y'all there. And we're back in the town of Banff. We're gonna go pick up our car and then head on over to Lake Minnewanka, which is exactly where this bus is going. We just arrived to Lake Minnewanka. Always take public transport because that was included in our Super Pass ticket that we booked to visit Lake Louise and Lake Moraine. Lake Minnewanka transport was also included, but there does look like there is parking available, so you can bring your car. Yeah, you can bring your car. It shouldn't be an issue. Just depends on what time of day you come, I guess. All right, let's go explore Lake Minnewanka. This is legitimately the clearest we've ever seen the mountains during our 2 days here in Banff and Jasper. This is like the first day we've even seen blue skies and like somewhat of the sun. It's gorgeous. I can't even believe this is what we've been missing out on. This takes this to a whole another level. So Lake Minnewanka offers these scenic boat cruises. Oh yeah, the sun is out again. Lake Minnewanka offers these scenic boat cruises. I think it's like $50 or $60 per person, but it's about an hour long, and it just takes you deep into the lake so that you can just admire all the mountains that were carved out by the glaciers and stuff. We're currently walking onto the dock just to see what it's about. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do it, and I think it's already been sold out. It sells out quick, so book your tickets ahead of time. But you can walk onto the boat dock and just enjoy the scenery around you. No tickets needed for this. Well, that's Lake Minnewanka for you. We officially did all 3 lakes in one day. I'm surprised myself. I didn't think that was going to be possible, but if you wake up at 3:30 in the morning, anything is possible because you'll have all the time in the world at your hands. If you're trying to do the bigger hikes at each of the lakes, then probably not. But if you're just trying to see all 3 lakes and do the smaller hikes around each of them and just sightsee, then yes, doing all 3 lakes in one day is possible. It's currently like, 12:15, and we're done with all 3 lakes, but we also did start this morning at 6 a.m. So it took us about 6 hours to do all 3 lakes. So if you start at a reasonable time, maybe like 8, 9, then yeah, you'd probably go until the middle of the afternoon. But okay, we're gonna catch the shuttle, go back to Banff town, and then head on over, grab some lunch probably first, and then head on over to Sulphur Mountain and ride up the Banff Gondola. All right, I'll see y'all there. I'm back on the Rome Transit bus to head back towards Banff town. It was worth it. Buy the Super Pass. You'll save a lot of time looking for parking at these lakes and spots. Banff Community High School.
Heck yeah, imagine going to school here. I wouldn't even be depressed.
Literally. We're back to exactly where we started at 6 a.m. this morning. Twice. I still can't believe this road was completely closed off to vehicles last year. I am so sad that I did not get to experience Banff Avenue being completely shut down to cars. All right, we just found a place to eat. We're gonna go to the Bear Street Tavern. They've got like these wood fire pizzas. We're starving. We've literally been surviving on crackers and granola bars since like 4 a.m. this morning and a banana. So it's gonna be nice to get some food in our system. The sun finally came out. As you can see, it's shining on my face and it feels so good. We're getting the full experience of Banff finally. Here is our lunch for today. We got a chicken pesto pizza and a garlic chicken pizza. It looks so good. Wow. I love it. I'm gonna put some sweet chili oil on it and some honey on it. All right. Well, I'm stuffed finally. Got some food in our stomachs since what? 3 a.m., 4 a.m.? It's like the first meal that we've had. Yeah. We love going like, 18 hours every day without eating a proper meal and then just...
No, we don't love that.
Yeah, it was sarcasm. Anyways, we're heading back to our car right now. We're gonna drop off some leftovers. This is where we parked this morning, and now we're here during the daytime, and it looks and feels so different. We were really confused for a second. But then we just realized that when we arrived, it was pitch black darkness outside, so we didn't know where we were. We just were following Google Maps. But yeah, we're gonna get in our car, drive it right up to Banff Gondola parking lot, and then head up to Sulphur Mountain from there. All right, we've officially made it to the Banff Gondola. We have a reservation for 4:10. It is currently 4 p.m. I think we timed it perfectly. The rain is gone, the blue skies are out. Hopefully we get to the top and get to see some beautiful views of Banff National Park. So excited that the sun is finally out. We got to whip out these sunglasses. We thought we were going to be needing them our whole time here in Banff. This is the first time we've seen the sun in 3 days. All right. Let's go to the top of Sulphur Mountain. We got our own gondola, baby. Typically you gotta go in groups of 4, but there was a family in front of us and a family behind us. So it's just the 2 of us in our own little gondola. The vlogging gods are with us, with no family with us. I don't know how much you can see. Oh, this thing is fast. Oh my God. Look at that. She's already on her phone taking pictures. I don't know how much you can see of me going up this gondola. I'm literally going up backwards. Dude, this is beautiful. Look at that valley over there. We're both sitting on the same side now. Dude, this is insane. We got our own gondola. That's lit. Lady Luck was on our side today. We found parking in a place where they say parking is hard to find, especially at this time. And the gondolas, which typically require 4 per person, and they don't make any exceptions, we got our own. Wonderful. All right, I'll see you guys at the top. We're currently walking on the boardwalk up to an observation deck, which is supposed to give us the best view in all of Banff. We're like, I believe, halfway up the boardwalk, but we are quite literally hanging off the side of a mountain right now. And if y'all thought I was exaggerating the hanging off the side of a mountain, just straight drop off. It is so windy up here, like unreal wind. I hope this mic is doing its job, because this is the perfect place to test it, to see if it blocks out all that wind noise and you guys can actually hear me clearly. We're almost to the top. Almost there. It's right up there. Well, we made it to the end of the road. They're up there renovating still, so this is as far as we can go this time. That's where we started. Look at this magnificent view all around us. All right, we're gonna head back to the observation deck, walk around there, see what else we can find, and then head back down, and then go back to our Airbnb and call it a very, very long day. Started at 3:30 a.m. this morning. It is currently 5:30 p.m. We'll probably get home around 6:37. So been putting in close to 16-hour days here, but it's been well worth it. And the weather today was just the cherry on top. Finally, we meet the sun in Banff National Park. We're just in the indoor observation deck. It's just a better way to see it without having to deal with the natural elements out there. Because it is windy and cold. And if we didn't have the sun, it would have actually been almost like unbearable from a wind chill standpoint. This is the vibe. Rooftop observation deck. This is the last stop that we have here. I would say this Banff Gondola was worth the money. You agree? This was worth the money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this if you're ever in Banff. It's absolutely worth the money. All right, we're gonna take this in one last time and start heading down.
Okay, nice.
All right, we're officially done. We got hats. They were really cheap. They're only 20 bucks, but we're heading back down. Yeah, there was a crazy line in there. People were dropping like $200 on t-shirts. We dropped 20 bucks on a couple hats.
I got one for my brother and one for him.
Exactly. I love hats. Nice little souvenirs to have.
More like 2 in 1. I'll wear too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's head back down. And we're back. Oh, let's go. All right. Well, that's officially a wrap on day number 3 here in Banff.
Felt like 5 days in one.
Yeah, we literally did so much. Tomorrow is just going to be Yoho National Park and exploring a bit of Canmore if we get some time. And then that marks pretty much the end of our time here in Banff and Jasper National Parks. I'll see you guys tomorrow.